Good morning from East Glacier. Matt and I are up early. I think we're probably one of the first ones up at base camp here. Here's where we spent the night. It was very cozy with the rain going off and on, and also gave us a little bit of refuge from the 4th of July fireworks, which were going off until almost midnight. It's been exactly 1 week since we started hiking. That means it is once again Taters Tuesday. Matt and I are super excited to be getting into a more remote section of the trail. Let's go as far as we want and then disperse camp every day. We got some coffee and burritos, and now I'm headed over to the other side of town to hit the post office, pick up our resupply package, and send back our snow gear. There is a grocery store here where we could have done a full resupply, but it's a little bit smaller selection and higher prices than you'd see in a bigger city. And since we had to send our snow gear back from here anyway, we decided to send a resupply box. So here's what we're mailing back: our ice axes, which I'm gonna try to have to figure out some way to wrap those up safely, and then a small box with our micro spikes, my old hat now that I've got a cooler one, and Matt's microphone.
And I think everybody's mostly taken off today. Big resupply days always seem like an atrocious amount of food. It's like, oh, yummy food. Oh, wait, I have to carry that. Oh, no. The joys of setting out on a 6-day carry, feeling like your pack's far too heavy due to food, followed a day or two later by going, maybe I should have packed more food.
After packing up and doing a couple last-minute things while we still had Wi-Fi, we are off.
So basically the talk on trail is this is where the CDT gets really real. We've been in a national park, so most of the trails have been well marked, even if they weren't the CDT. You had signs saying go this way. Now we're going to be on these roads for a bit, and further on I was seeing far out comments talking about how there was no sign of the trail, occasional rock cairns, and it's just cross country. God, I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, so pretty. Oh!
As you can see, the weather's improved a bit today.
Big frog.
Finally! Freedom! The trail through this section basically jumps in and out between Glacier National Park and the Blackfoot Indian Reservation. For our purposes, they are basically the same, aka we're not allowed to camp and we have to have a permit.
Lots of the trail is really muddy after all the rain the last 2 days.
And that is spectacular out here.
Once we've been hiking for a few hours, Matt and I normally kind of settle into our own natural pace. Him a little ways ahead, me a little ways behind, and we put in an audiobook. We're currently listening to the latest Expeditionary Force book. Just good, fun, goofy listening to keep your mind occupied while your feet are moving. I think this is moose poop. We've also seen a good number of bear tracks on the trail, so they must be around. And a little bit ago, I saw something stick its head up in the middle of the trail, see me, and promptly run up a tree and out of sight. I think it was a marten. It looked a little bit bigger than a squirrel, had a little different shape to its body, like a little bit more of an arch in the back. And they tend to be really shy, so that makes sense of its behavior. They're super cute if you manage to see them.
Yeah. I was a bit ahead of Jen, so I decided to come look at the monument. So that's looking back the way we came. So there's been good views, we've just been stuck in the trees and unable to see them.
We're approaching Highway 2, so that means now is when we're leaving Glacier, which means leaving the regulations, freedom to camp wherever and so on, but also the trail may get significantly less nice here, we'll see. Good thing I crossed those train tracks just before the train came. Otherwise I would be stuck on the other side deciding whether it's okay to climb between the train cars or not. Anyway, this is Mariah's Pass. Kind of a big deal apparently. And that cool obelisk that Matt found is a memorial to Teddy Roosevelt. All right, at least this one is marked with the CDT emblem. Up ahead, we have some obstacles and also a route choice to make. The official CDT for about 6 miles has a lot of trees blown down over it, to the point where we were told it's less of a trail and more of a bushwhack through blown down logs. There is an alternate route you can take around it that goes just slightly to the west. It's called either 2Med Heartbeat or Trail 101. And that one allegedly has less blowdowns, but has some river crossings that can be a little sketchy. Everyone we talked to at East Glacier who had come this way really suggested doing the alternate, and they said the river crossings weren't that scary, so that's what we're planning to do.
Actually, the people I talked to were traumatized as hell and said to avoid the logs at all cost.
And here's a little frog. I hope he's okay. I just about stepped on him, but he's hopping around. He's still okay, right? Second crossing. This one looks a little deeper, but it's not still going across it fast enough.
We are just getting eaten alive by mosquitoes back here. Can't really stop to eat without completely layering up. Hoping to find a camp here before too long.
And 200 feet after that last crossing, the trail goes back across yet again.
Normally, as long as we keep moving, we can keep the mosquitoes off us, but they actually got bad enough here. We were getting eaten alive and had to layer up completely.
We've been going for a while and there's absolutely nothing down here that looks like a campsite. Everything's just overgrown, dead trees, etc. That's the most flat, dirt-like substance we found, so I think we're probably going to dive into the tent.
And after a very satisfying day filled with lush green forests, lots of pretty streams, and not too many people, we have a happy little camp by the river, all to ourselves. Gonna make some yummy bean and cheese burritos and call it a night. Home sweet home for the night.